Mr. Speaker, sir, the Budget 2025 debate is taking place amid some truly tumultuous times all over the world. In the last 12 months, right-wing and ultra-conservative movements have made significant inroads worldwide, with Europe bearing the brunt of the surge in such right-wing politics. The parliaments of several European countries are now held together by shaky coalitions that could fragment at any moment due to the fundamental differences that the coalition partners have with each other. Societies are also fraying, often due to tensions between immigrants and locals over access to economic opportunities and differing ways of life. Countries that could not transform their economies and workforces are struggling with persistently high structural and non-structural unemployment, with unemployment and underemployment among youth being particularly worrisome. Topping all this off is the capricious and less dependent USA with mercurial policies that oftentimes leave the rest of the world scrambling for a response. Now, sir, these are not alarmist statements, but rather the reality that many countries, Singapore included, is facing. If left unchecked, each of these issues could easily derail a country from its trajectory, potentially plunging it into an irrevocable slippery slope. Now, I started off this speech with reference to the global landscape, because in today's increasingly fragmented world, only good policies and good politics will ensure that we continue to thrive. Singapore's economy and social compositions are more complex today than 60 years ago. Of course, cost of living is a significant and rising concern for many Singaporeans, as with many aspects of our lives, like job security, raising a family, living a dignified life, retirement adequacy, inclusivity, and so on. Now, while many of these are wicked problems that do not have easy solutions, this year's budget, I'm heartened to say, has, to a significant extent, tried to tackle these challenges, especially the cost of living, and helping our Singaporeans. The budget has been lauded by many as a generous one that not only provides relief to alleviate immediate cost of living concerns of Singaporeans, but also one that aims to transform Singapore's economy in the longer run by nudging businesses to innovate and individuals to continue to embrace lifelong learning and upskilling. I'd like to speak now about elevating our workforce, sir. In this era where technological breakthroughs are occurring at an unprecedented pace, and countries are trying to outdo each other to incubate the next tech unicorn or to develop the next global company, we need to continue to motivate Singaporeans to strive to be the best versions of ourselves and to inspire Singaporeans to chase their dreams, both locally and on the global stage. I laud the government's effort to support our local companies to innovate, as well as the range of schemes that have been put in place to support our workforce, especially lower-skilled workers and workers whose jobs are facing disruptions to upgrade and upskill themselves. Amid implementing these schemes, I hope that the government can consolidate our efforts to nurture Singaporeans to not just be the best versions of themselves as workers, but also to be global leaders. I believe that Singapore's future success depends on a bifurcate workforce strategy, comprising renewing the skills of our local workforce so that we are the most competitive, the most educated, well-skilled and productive workforce in the region. While at the same time, I hope the government will not neglect the efforts to nurture and develop Singaporeans with the potential to lead. I would like the government to consider a more programmatic approach on a national and international level to provide Singaporeans with the exposure and training that they need to step up to be global leaders. Ultimately, we don't want Singaporeans to be known only as good workers, but also good global leaders as well. And the dividend of the bifurcation strategy will take years to realize, I understand that, but it will certainly pay off in the longer run when we have an ambidextrous workforce that is not only hungry, capable and competitive, but also excels in leadership and leading. I'd like to talk also, Mr. Speaker, sir, on SkillsFuture. It's been a decade since SkillsFuture was introduced. Today, there are thousands of SkillsFuture and micro-credential courses offered by training providers and a plethora of funding schemes that Singaporeans can leverage on in their skills acquisition journey. Now, while this is good, My question is, how strongly are the SkillsFuture and micro-credential courses driving employment outcomes, especially for mid-career and senior Singaporeans? How do these courses translate into tangible employment benefits like job growth, career transitions, and wage growth? SkillsFuture was introduced with the noble intent to support workforce transformation and was designed to encourage Singaporeans to embrace lifelong learning and acquire new skills so that they can continue to be relevant in emerging industries. The intent of the program must and should rightfully remain so. The program must therefore never be reduced to a numbers game, where the focus is on introducing as many courses as possible so that Singaporeans have a wide range of courses when it comes to upskilling. But neither should it be seen as an avenue for some to turn a quick profit by cashing in on the government's funding. Mr. Speaker, I hope that the government can share more information on the efficacy of the SkillsFuture program in supporting career growth and whether the various job-related schemes have led to actual and tangible career outcomes. In the same scheme, I would like to know whether SSG has conducted audits on the courses offered to find out their correlation with tangible employment outcomes. Would SSG thus consider tightening the number and the genres of courses offered and deregister courses that do not lead to strong employment outcomes? And lastly, apart from the good work that E2I is currently doing, are there specific programs to support long-term unemployed individuals or those who have chosen to take a break from full-time employment to get back to work? Sir, Singapore celebrates SG60 this year. It's a wonderful, wonderful accomplishment for us to come this far. But while we bask in a general mood of celebration, let's not forget that there are dark clouds gathering on our horizon, and take heed that SG60 did not happen because it is meant to happen, but rather it happened because we, collectively as a country, made it happen. SG60 belongs to all Singaporeans, past and present, and to everyone who has, in their own way, made this happen. I hope that Singapore will continue to defy the odds, thrive in this age of uncertainty, and be an exemplar of how a country can stand united, with every member of the society being given the support and opportunities to succeed, regardless of our station in life. I thus end my speech in firm support of the budget, sir. Thank you.